talk about New Year's resolutions because what else would we talk about?
This year, I haven't really gone with I am going to do this.
They are not smart resolutions.
But you're not listening. Like I said, I haven't set targets for both of us to say we're going to hit this for this. New Year's resolutions that I've made for both of us are better ones. So you better stick to the ones that I made for you.
Well, I don't. I don't. Hi, welcome to Changing Suits. My name's Bal.
And my name's Taj.
Welcome to our first episode in 2024, everyone.
Woo!
I was waiting for the woohoo, that's why I stopped talking. So you go, woohoo! And as usual, this episode, we will talk about New Year's resolutions because what else would we talk about? But one thing I do want to say is you probably don't even realize that we are in the new year because you've gone back to work or school and it just feels like you're back to the same old stuff.
But the thing is, it's a couple of weeks into the new year. So is it okay to say Happy New Year or is it too far gone?
Well, because I haven't really, the kids only went to school today. So, and if I'm seeing anyone, then I am saying Happy New Year. All of my emails have been Happy New Year because I've just got back today as well. So for me, every day is Happy New Year, people.
I
Every day.
do think to myself, I should have bought a brighter coloured jumper. It's not very good start to the year, but I'm so warm in this jumper, I don't care.
Fair enough. So, New Year's resolutions. Are you doing a New Year's resolution to this? Blah, 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 blah. Let me start that again. New Year's resolutions. Are you making New Year's resolutions? Because every year we go through the same thing. I'm going to do exercise. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But we never stick to it. I mean, I was looking back at some of my one of my Instagram posts. I think it was last year or even the year before. And I literally broke it within the first week. I'm like, yep, I'm done. No, it's Facebook. It came up on Facebook. So it was a few years ago. So is it worth still doing New Year's resolutions, Taj? Tell me.
I think this year I haven't really gone with I am going to do this. I've done a general thing, as in I'm going to spend time with people that actually I want to invest energy into that aren't negative. So it's not a goal; it's a progressive thing. So there will never be it's done. So I'm not gonna. I haven't said, oh, I'm gonna go and run the marathon.
So is that one of your New Year's resolutions?
What?
Spend more time with positive people.
Yeah, that's one of the resolutions, to spend time with people that actually are positive energy rather than those that just drag. I mean, there's sometimes that you just can't get away from people that drain your energy, but hey,
Fair
what
enough.
can you do?
You look like you're drained already, to be fair. Like, what's
Yeah,
going
I
on?
feel really good.
Yeah, that's good. Have you got any other New Year's resolutions then?
Another resolution is I was going to look at my Instagram account to see.
To be fair, no, 1 second. I saw the New Year's resolutions that were put up there, and just to let our listeners know, I was thinking, like for example, today I put a post out, right, and we had the same conversation of, people don't know whether it's you putting it out, whether it's me putting it out, and sometimes it's either. We don't know what's going on, and then so we've emerged into one person really, but it is what it is, right? Um, and I was thinking, the New Year's resolutions that went out. I'm going to let our listeners to the podcast in on a little secret. Taj did both those posts because I was away on holiday. So I'm like, well, I'm not looking at Instagram. And when I looked at my New Year's resolution and yours, in fact, there was one thing that I noticed.
What
They
was
are
it?
not they are not smart resolutions.
Oh
As in,
god.
they're not specific, they're not measurable. And I used to hate this.
But this is it. I don't want them to be smart resolutions because if you set goals and you aim, what is the saying, that aim to fail and fail to there is
Exactly. But this is the point. Fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that's what we do every year. And that's what we've done this year, even the Instagram post.
no,
I
because
mean, don't get me wrong, people liked them. And I'm like, that's cool. We always, after the
no,
like,
but you're not listening.
go on.
Like I said, I haven't set targets for both of us to say we're going to hit this for this. I've said generally how I'm going to overall change my life, as in I haven't said I'm going to do this, and this. So I think these New Year's resolutions that I've made for both of us are
Yeah.
better ones. So you better stick to the ones that I made for you.
Well, I don't. I don't. Go on. What's the other resolutions? And then we'll go through them and then we'll make them
Well, I was
smart.
saying
We'll
another
make them smart.
one oh, I don't wanna make them
No,
small.
I'm joking.
Another thing that I done was actually I decided to have a New Year's resolution of where I would just take my mind away and stop thinking about stressful things, and the way I done that was I started painting.
Ah, that looks good.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not an amazing artist, but I was thinking I'm not making this to hang in a gallery. I'm doing it for myself because once you start painting, you don't think about anything else.
Do you know what you're saying? I actually think that looks really good. That looks so good. Where
Thank
did you
you.
do that on? Is that some kind of canvas?
This is a canvas and it's 2024 and this is me growing as
That's so
in
cool. Okay, so this is the first time I've seen it. That's really good.
oh, I haven't shown you. And then I've got something about or I said I haven't got deadlines, but I'm looking into well, actually, I'm not gonna tell you what they are yet because then if I don't meet them, you're like, "Yeah, you don't
Okay, and can I just say this is another part of this, what you've just said. So I was actually thinking I might write my resolutions because there was a podcast that we did at the end of last year, where it was the one with the Indian body coach, and what he said was him and his wife had run half a marathon, I think it was, and what they did was they put it on their social media. They only had a week or something to train for it, and I was like, that's a really good idea because as our followers on social media, as my witness, maybe we should be doing that a bit more. My
what, running
resolution is
marathons? What's your point?
no, no, as in we are accountable because that was the point to
Do
our
it.
followers.
Oh, okay.
You're more
That's
likely to
good,
do
yeah.
it if you're accountable to someone. But then that does mean that the followers will then have to comment as in, oh, you didn't put a exercise photo up, for example, which means you didn't exercise. And then I'll be like, oh crap, I broke my resolution.
That sounds good to me.
But
So
you've said the
listeners
opposite.
listeners, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to comment and say, "You didn't do this. You promised."
But then you've said the opposite because you've said I don't want to tell anyone what is on your
I
drawing.
I think it's more about okay, this is a bit of an Indian thing.
No,
You
so
know
I'm
when
not
you go
allowed to.
yeah. You know when you go for a job interview or something and you don't spread the news to everyone because that might the energy, I don't know, negativity might rub off on you and you might not get the job. I know it's not true, and but it is ingrained in us to make us think that don't spread the news before it happens.
Oh, that's a tough one now. Now you just add the cultural thing into this.
But this well, we are about culture. But anyway, but are we wrong in thinking that? And is there anything actually behind the nudger thing? And should we be believing in it?
See, now I was actually going to put the resolution. So today I did put a post out with my first workout. So anyone that is on our social media and has been tracking our lives, because we always hope our fans are slight stalkers, which we hope. No, I'm only joking. We don't want stalkers. You will realize that we're recording this on the day that I sent this out. And the fact that I've done it, then I was like, what else can I do to make sure that people make me accountable? So I know you're saying the nudger thing, but then is it not a push that we do it?
Hmm, yeah, you can look at it both ways. I mean, I suppose it depends the kind of thing that you're telling people. Like I was saying, the interview thing or getting a new project.
Interview? What interview? Sorry, which interview?
What I just said.
Oh, the work one, the work one. I thought you were like leaving the changing rooms. I'm like,
I
what?
just said if you have an interview, you don't go and spread it to everyone that you're going to have an interview.
Yeah, fine, fine.
Maybe there's levels of things
I
that
thought you meant you were going to go on an interview. I'm like,
oh, it wouldn't
that
be
wasn't.
Hi, the news is no. So there is this whole thing about yeah, not spreading things. Like for example, when you're about to have a baby, and people are doing it more where they have what are they
Gender
called?
reveals.
Yeah, gender no, yeah, baby showers and stuff like that. But we never had them just in case something didn't go quite right.
Yeah,
Again, the nudger thing.
but most people don't do that now. People do baby showers, and they do the
That's what I'm
gender.
saying. They are starting to do, but that's because we're becoming more westernized.
And is there any? Okay, so this is the thing, though. Then is it the fact that we are then spreading the happiness as another time to be happy, which isn't a bad thing? We've got a problem that we talk about death too much, but we don't talk about life, right? Um, so Maybe we need to change it up. Maybe we do need to do, a gender reveal or a baby shower every so often.
I mean, it is all really good, but
I was
it's
waiting
a lot of money down the drain, isn't it?
I was waiting for yeah, fine, alright. I thought you were gonna say, are you telling me you're pregnant? That was the whole point. Okay, fine. Okay, so going back to the resolutions. So, do you wanna bring up your artwork? Because I think it's actually really cool. I do genuinely think it's really good.
Thank you.
What does the rest of your art piece tell us?
Oh, so I am gonna reveal it, am I?
Oh, it's up to you if you want to,
Okay,
unless you wanna nudge
since I've
it.
done it, I might as well. So, I've always wanted to
I
write
feel
a
like
book.
I forced you now. I didn't mean to force you. I'm
Oh,
like, if you
there's
want
something
it.
to talk about, isn't it? So I've always wanted to write a book.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of format. It might just be a one-page book, which wouldn't make it a book, but you know what I mean?
You're quite a book then, unless you fold it in half.
Something published. That's a leaflet, love. Um, Published,
Yeah,
and then I wanna do I know we always say healthy eating, but not so much healthy eating, but not having processed stuff.
yeah. I started the healthy eating thing today. So I'm trying to one of my resolutions, just to let everyone know, is I'm trying to increase my protein intake. So today, I want to show you this because I was going to post it. So that is what I was going to post. Like it's nuts and seeds. And I was like, that looks really miserable. I was like, I look like a bird.
But you're always eating panjiri or dabra. Always, every time we're in a meeting, you're like, "Oh, bloody hell, this woman's
Probably my,
old."
my cholesterol's gone high though.
Oh, because of the dabra, because of
Maybe.
what you put in it.
But I've run out of it. So I'm going to go back to mum and dad's and get some
Sounds
more.
sounds about right. So dabra is a mixture of nuts and, flour and sugar in different quantities depending on who's making it, and it's meant to be really good for the body. And when you're pregnant, you're meant to eat it towards the end of your
I'm
pregnancy.
not pregnant just to make sure everyone realizes
And
that.
then once you've had your baby, you're meant to eat afterwards to build up your body and your immune system because it's meant to have obviously nuts have got loads of different nutrients and vitamins and etc. But
And
anyway,
you can have it generally because it's good for energy. That's why I have it.
but then when we're younger, we don't bother eating it because we're like, yeah, whatever. And then when you get older and then your haddiyan dukkan up and yeah, your bones are hurting, then you're like, man, I should have listened to the parents.
Yeah. But this is where the whole, "Oh, no, what they're saying is a load of rubbish." Now I'm starting to be like, "Okay, well, the nuts," as I was pouring the nuts in, I was like, "Damn it, I wish I had some more of the dabra." But I've got to go back this weekend.
But this all comes down to, again, we think that our parents don't know that much because they bring back their roots and they like, okay, have this Saunf, Javan, have fennel seeds, Javan. I think Javan is called Javan. And I know
I
our
think
cousin sister's
no,
gonna laugh.
they're fennel seeds.
Our cousin sister's gonna laugh at this because we already had a debate about what they're called. Fennel seeds are Saunf.
Ah, yes. What were we talking about? Javan.
Yeah.
What's that
But
called?
anyway, you're meant to boil that. That's meant to be good for the stomach.
Yeah,
Um,
when you're a bit gassy. I
yeah.
need to
But
take it.
but everyone's always had hajmola or whatever that when they were younger.
I haven't had hajmola in ages. Where is hajmola?
Don't know if they sell it anymore.
No, they do. Don't I mean, anyone that has not tried hajmola, you don't know what you've missed out on, and that's anyone, and you don't have to
Oh,
be
good.
part of it. It tasted like what did it taste like farts.
It's disgusting.
It tasted like farts, but when you got through it, you're like, "That tasted really good."
What's that about?
I don't know, but do you not think it tasted really good?
It did, and
Yeah,
you wanted more, but it was disgusting.
and it
It was a Marmite thing, wasn't it?
but did it actually taste like farts, or is it just me?
No, it did, and it did make you fart.
Yeah, that was the whole point of it. So anyway, if anyone knows where we can get Hajmola, I'm pretty sure our local, quality, if you're in Ilford, or Cedar if you're in West London, that's what we do. I'm not trying to advertise them, but anyway,
Yeah, I do. If
local
you stop doing that and now you started again, I'm
what?
wondering if you're secretly getting, royal whatever, like
Do
fun
you think do
money.
you think Tesco's or something sell Hajmola
They no.
in
No,
the cultural aisle?
whatever. I hate reading. No, it's not. It's World Foods actually in Asda.
Oh yeah, no, no, I think it is the
Foreign food. I'm surprised they haven't called it foreign foods, but it's World
the
Foods.
yeah, but I find it really funny. So I'm West London, just so that our listeners know.
Foreign foods, but you're in mini India there.
No, no, exactly. So it's really funny that it must be World Foods. They wouldn't call it cultural foods.
World Foods, they called it.
Surely you'd extend it because West London. I mean, you should just do the whole of that and then have the normal normal See, that's me saying it's normal.
Bit racist, didn't
Sorry. Okay, bring it back. Sorry, Taj. What's the rest of your art
Okay.
painting?
So the sun, I'm gonna um, travel a bit more.
Oh, that's
Mm.
interesting because the last conversation we had, you were like,
I
"I'm
don't
not.
want to travel.
I don't want to travel." Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I
What happened?
I'm allowed to change my mind.
Okay,
I
but
want
what
to
changed your mind? Why?
because I was thinking I'm not a materialistic person.
You don't have to be materialistic to want to see the world.
No, no, no. I'm just thinking, like, I was just thinking, what makes me happy?
Hmm.
And it was materialistic things make certain people happy. I'm just not a materialistic person, and I know you're not as well, to be honest.
Do you know how I can prove that? If you look back on our Instagram photos, at any of the photos, I'm wearing the same coat. So I was thinking about this, and I'm like, well, I one of my friends who, again, our followers might know, I go jogging every Friday with one of my friends, and I've just about bought that jacket. I was like, oh, when you like, okay, I really need to go and get one because I'm freezing cold. You never get round to it, so I did get one, and I bought one. I think it wasn't even last. I think it must have been last year, and then I haven't bought another one. Obviously, I wash it after each run. I wash it, but then if I'm posting on Instagram and stuff, I've literally got the same jacket on. And now all of our listeners are going to go and check the Instagram. And then I was like, now I'm starting to think I need another jacket so that everyone thinks I've got another,
Or
you know,
you, or it just might be one run that you've just used for every post.
yeah, possibly. No, but the weather's a bit different. It's just everyone. So going back to your thing of I'm not materialistic, I don't usually give a shit about what people think, but I am starting to think actually people probably think I've only got one pair of capre, and that is generally true because I tend to wear the same, not the same, but I like being comfortable. So
Yeah, like I get a pair
that's
of
why I'm
shoes.
wearing
Yeah,
my comfortable
pajama.
pajama as we're sitting here, office, and you're gone. Sorry, Taj.
Okay, anyway.
Traveling.
So this was a driving wheel, and I need to become more confident in my driving.
I thought that was the sign for peace.
No, I thought that it looked like sign for peace as well, but it isn't. I didn't.
It was like, I want world peace.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
War makes money.
Okay. That just turned into a okay, cool.
Anyway, so yeah, driving. So I've realised, and I've asked quite a lot of ladies my age, which is why are you laughing at the
Sorry.
40 plus,
Yes.
and I've said that I've become less confident with driving, and they said that's something to do with perimenopause and menopause.
Oh, really?
Yes, and, just driving at nighttime and just driving and just being anxious about it. So this is all something that I've learned talking through what I've learned through our podcast and then talking to the people that attend our workshops and stuff.
But can I put something forward to that? You stopped driving properly on motorways. Do you not think it's not the menopause in that case? It's more the fact that you've lost confidence because you weren't doing it.
Yeah, no, I think there's an element. No, I'm even, like, a bit hesitant on local roads as well now.
Okay.
So I think that
So
it's
you're
a
gonna see Taj jogging everywhere in Swinton, everybody.
but we don't use the car that much, so we walk everywhere.
That's because everything is close to you. Like, I'm not gonna give our listeners your address, but you don't need your car at all. Whereas we're the complete opposite. We need our car just to leave the house. Like
Yeah,
from the front door to our driveway, you need a car.
yeah, that is true.
Not that our driveway is that big. I wish
So,
it was.
okay, so do we think that there's any cultural elements to what we've just discussed, as in, setting new resolutions and stuff like that? Like, for example, have our parents done it?
No.
And I think quite a lot of people now, even me, I wouldn't have even counted the year coming in, to be honest. But I think different people are doing different things, obviously.
Yeah, but do you think that no, I don't no, that's not completely true. I think so every, New Year's, like the turn into the new year, we always did the Godwara, so it was a case of a lot of people do that, where it's a case of, blessings for the new year. It wasn't so much, "Oh, I wanna do XYZ," it was just, "Mate, can you give us a good year?" Basically, right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But now I just can't be I only stayed up because my children wanted to stay up, because everything's about the children.
We went to sleep at 9 o'clock, and do you know why?
'Cause you were gonna go on holiday the next day.
Next day, we were out of here. We went on holiday, and it was a last minute. Thank you very much, Sook.
It was good.
I did appreciate it. So we went skiing, which
Yeah,
was
very
so
good.
good. So it was actually a really nice start to the new year. So I was happy with that. We don't wait for the new year to turn.
But I don't think we need to I the what I done as well, I set myself goals and I did this every year, but I stopped for quite a few years. So I done a 3 month, a 2 year, I mean, there were different times that I've done it, and 5 year plan, and
Yeah.
they were goals that I used to hit. I was like, "I'm gonna get married before this age, I'm gonna have kids before this age." I didn't tell anyone about it because it
Yeah,
was
I never knew about that.
yeah, no one knew about that because 'cause I've always done that. And then whenever I felt down about myself, I used to always write about positive and negatives in my life, like the good things. And the good things could be basic, like I've got eyes, nose, and a mouth kind of thing.
Not basic stuff. It's very important
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly. So you got to appreciate everything.
Mm.
So these are the kind of things that I've done to move on almost to the next steps of my life. And when you're down, make myself feel like, why are you down? You have everything. Get on with it kind of thing. And all of us are down at one point. No one is 100% happy.
So like we sort of have discovered, I've done the opposite. I haven't really made 2, 4, 6 year plans. I just haven't done it. I've never done it. And this year, and I don't, and I know I mentioned this before, this whole SMART thing, I hated it, those acronyms that at work, I hated. I mean, that was one of the reasons I wanted to leave work, stupid acronyms. I was just like, I hate planning. I just hate planning. Genuinely, I'm not kidding. I left employment other because I didn't enjoy the whole, oh, so where do you want to go in your career? Well, all I want you to do is give me more money. You can't write that because you have to be very PC. Um, so I that was actually one of the reasons I just didn't enjoy planning. However, I have learned, like we said before, plan to fail. No, wait. I don't know. Fail to plan,
Plan to fail.
plan to fail. Thank you. That one. I think it's really important. So although we are further into the new year, we're not too far in, but we are. And today was the first workout, like I said. Exercise is one of my main things. Last year, I had a really good year where I was starting to run, I was starting to get into exercise, I was feeling healthier and happier. No, it was the year before I started because I was really stressed. So yeah, okay. So yes, last year I started to do, the 10K runs and things like that, and I started to get, the medals because that's the only reason I do those runs, so I can get the medal at the end. The Spartan, for
Oh,
example, really
yes.
loved it. Got a really good medal for that one as well, and that is obviously one of my plans for this year as well. But I have looked into foods. I need to increase my one of my plans is to increase my muscle mass. Um, so I am going to start weightlifting, and I am going to start looking into protein foods. We are vegetarian, so we tend to have less protein. So I've got I bought a weighing machine, like you would have seen in the photo. I did put in 100 grams of nuts. I realized I need to buy two more types of nuts to make it better because then I had to
Oh,
put.
so you're actually weighing the nuts and everything that you're eating.
Yeah, I'm starting to do that. I
I'm
haven't hit.
not being negative, but how long do you think you can be doing that for?
No, I get that, and that I get it. But I think if you don't do it, like if you don't, now I know what a plate of nuts and
Looks
roughly
like.
how many how many grams of nuts I need to have that much protein. So I won't need to weigh that next time. I know it. And then you put dal in.
So
Apparently,
andaja.
yeah, a cup full of dal is about, what did they say? About 20 grams of 18, 20 grams of protein. So I'll get it like that, and that will happen automatically. So I am trying. I get that I can't do it for everything, but just trying
So
to.
talking about andaja, so my daughter was cooking and she goes to me, "Oh, how much of this shall I put in?" And I've noticed my daughter and my niece, they were cooking at one stage and they were following the recipe to the T.
That's what I
This,
do.
and I know you do that. I was saying that you do that. And I was like, "You don't have to follow it exactly. You can, mix it about a bit."
Yeah.
And, I go, "Do andaja, roughly estimate." And she goes, "Mama, that you don't need to do that's not right. It's not gonna turn out right." And I was thinking when our mum does andaja, we're like, "Oh god, it's so annoying." But I do it as well now. And it's like you can roughly work out how much dal
I
or
get
whatever you need.
I didn't get annoyed when mum would do. Oh, I'd only get annoyed if I was asking her how to, cook something, and she'd be like, "No bother on that." I'm like, "I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means." But now we're like, I was making ghee a little while ago because I did hear that's actually one of the better ones to, warm up. You shouldn't be warming up olive oil or anything like that. It's not good for you. Um, and I had to phone mum like 5 times to check if I should turn the gas off.
Yeah, but it's important because I made gear like donkeys years ago, and it started getting mold on it. That means that it wasn't made right. It wasn't
Mm.
heated up enough.
I made ding actually, and everyone's gonna be like, "What? You've only started making ding? You're like 150 years old and you've only started." But yes, it's true. I did make ding, and the last time I made it, it was really stringy. I don't know why.
To start a new batch. But anyway,
The point is, the reason for that is healthier food, right? Again, that's rather than buying from the shops, making it yourself, because it's amazing what you can actually make yourself.
it's about time.
I know, it is about time. So I was thinking maybe I should start doing Sunday meal prep day.
I do that on Sundays. I make a sabji and a dal to
Yeah.
last a couple of days. I don't like it when it lasts more than like 2 days, but now I'm stretching it to 3. But I just don't like it eating
No,
it
I don't agree. No, 2 days is plenty.
too much, innit?
Yeah, you need to stop. Don't do 3 days.
Yeah, I don't
You're
like
gonna
it.
die,
Yeah, I don't like
and
it.
it's probably not good for you either.
Mm.
And someone said to me that if you leave atta in the fridge.
Oh, I always do it fresh every day.
Yeah, I do it fresh, otherwise we don't have roti the next day and I have to throw the atta away, so I try to make minimal amounts. Which, when we were at mum and dad's over Christmas, I made minimal amounts and I was like, "Damn it, I need to make another, roti," and then I had to make some more atta for myself, like, that much atta. That's so annoying, but it's fine. You used up the atta. Anyway, apparently it's supposed to cause cancer and stuff if you leave it in the fridge. I don't know if that's true, but,
Let's
everyone.
not spread that we don't know if that's actually true. It might just be
It's like rice though, don't have it. Anyway, healthy foods. So we've discovered that you do things in a very opposite way to what I do, apparently. Our whole lives tend to be like that. I'm going to start planning more. You're going to start planning less from the sounds of it.
Yep.
And let's see where it goes. Other
Yep.
than that, anything
Over
else?
and out.
Yeah. Have a great start to the new year, everybody. And last thing, just to let our listeners know, sorry,
Oh,
I completely
yes.
forgot. Quite. So, as our listeners know, we have been doing the podcast for two and
2
a half years.
years, 2 and a
2
half
years.
years, 2 and a
And
half.
we do release the podcast every week. The only times that we don't is, I think, Easter holidays and Christmas holidays, um, because obviously, the kids are home, so we don't have time, all that sort of stuff. But we are deciding to now do the podcast every other week. Is that right, Taj? Every other week?
Well, if you want it to be like that, okay.
You don't, we're having a few
No, we
conflicts.
no,
The
we're
point
doing
is,
it every other week, but the Friday, we're still releasing it on a Friday.
yes. So you will be.
Why are we doing that, Belle? We're
Oh, why
doing that so we can have time in finding more guest speakers. So if you are interested in becoming a guest speaker, and want to share your story, because at the end of the day, it's about us as a community helping each other out, talking about taboo topics in the community, happy stuff as well as things that are a bit more serious. Can you write into us on info at changing suits, like the suit that you wear, .org. I hope you know that by now. So it's info at changingsuits.org. .uk?
no, .org. No, that's right.
.org.
But follow our Instagram and just DM us. But anyway, so the easiest thing for our listeners, as we are doing it every other week now, so we're releasing this week. Next week we will not be releasing one, and the following week we will. The best way to stay up to date is to subscribe. Whether,
Subscribe.
yep, subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or your podcast listening platform. Not your own, but just a general one, or the YouTube channel. So that is the best way to keep up to date. That is over and out now, right?
Yep, I
Yep.
agree.
That's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.